Craziest game, craziest win, insane, craziest win I've ever seen, Tom.
Now, can I ask you a question?
Was
Up until the point where they first started scoring, well, I'm assuming it hasn't gone down. It's been way over 4 hours. Not that question. The other question I have is, where were you before they scored their first touchdown? When did you start to have some hope that, oh my God, this could actually happen?
Not until they took the lead. When they scored their first touchdown, I was still angry. I was agitated. I've never been so annoyed by the first 3 quarters of a football game. Maybe once or twice during the Tebow era, but I was like, this is a 4-2 team, and I am so angry at Sean Payton and this offense right now. And then they scored, and then they scored again. I'm like, well, they kind of got a chance. And then they scored again. I'm like, okay, wait a second. Well, it was after the pick. Once Justin Strnad got the pick, I was like, technically, they can still win. But I think during the stream, I was like, all this stuff has to happen.
And then
it did.
You began to believe.
I believe.
It just took 3 3/4 of a game, but we got there.
I will never doubt Bo Nix ever again.
Next week.
Even if he's punching me in the face and stealing my money, I'm going to say, I believe in you still. You could be stealing my wife and eating my dinner right off my plate. You could be driving my truck.
Parallel parking it in one shot. We here.
What's there?
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And I think my favorite part about yesterday was that both you obviously take the cake when it comes to comeback victories, right? It's not even comparable. But you and I were literally going through the same exact emotions at the same exact time in the fourth quarter. Our teams were, are we back? I don't know if we're back. The stress levels were at all-time high, and people were just having us, and we're just yelling on either screen. So I thought today was potentially going to be a very sad GPS day, but we turned it around, and now it's a happy GPS day.
Pero Bo Nix is especial con great play.
He's a great player.
Pero
Bo Nix.
Holy crap, dude. Like, has it sunk in? You know, like, obviously, you're a diehard Broncos fan, right? And I'm just curious, like, was this oh my God, we got the win, but does it feel like a win? Was there just relief at the end of, like, thank God we did this? You just stare in silence for a while?
Jubilation is a word?
It's a big word.
Yeah, I mean, another word is edging. And full release, extended release, excessive release. All right.
Hose.
When your team scores 33 points in the fourth quarter, and it's not even, I don't even remember when the first touchdown actually happened. It was right at the top of the fourth. I think it came there, but they scored 33 points in the fourth quarter. That's never happened. They took the lead and then lost it again and had 33 seconds left to score again.
Thank God for the Giants kicker. Am I right?
Yeah. Missing the extra point, the backup Irish kicker. Whole country of Ireland down pretty bad this morning. From what I've heard, they are in shambles. But I couldn't sleep last night. That's how crazy this game was.
I think so, Andrew.
You know, did some work, got the video shot, got some stuff edited, sent it over to Connor, got the shorts up, was writing, doing. I was like, all right, I'm tired. Let me go to bed. Fell asleep right away for like 30 minutes. Then I woke back up, and then I just couldn't go back to sleep for like an hour because I was just thinking about the stupid game. I was like, this was so awesome. I was like, did I miss anything? Am I going to be able to captivate how crazy this was? Fall asleep finally, and then I wake up at 5:30. The first thing I'm thinking about was this game and how angry it made me, and then how happy it made me, and how stupid I am as a grown man to allow a game to do that to me, Tom. So I just 5:45. I get out of bed. I make my coffee. I come downstairs. I'm up before Jess and Carmi, which never happens because Carmi's always the first one up. And I just I was tweaking the intro, editing a little bit this morning.
Yep.
I was just consuming more things about it. Like Bo Nix had 2 passing, 2 rushing touchdowns, all in the fourth quarter. No quarterback's ever done that shit. Like the NFL posted a video of the Broncos' probability percentages. Their first touchdown, it goes from up to 11. And then they throw a touchdown to Theo Johnson. It goes back down to 3. And then it goes up to 23 and then 33. And then the Giants score. It goes back down to 1% because the Giants had a 99.8% chance to win that game after Jaxson Dart scores that touchdown after reffing, after we get to the refs in a minute here. 1%, 90.
It's true, Ethan.
99.8%. They had a 0.2% chance to win. And then Bo Nix hits a deep shot to Marvin Mims, and we don't even know if Bo's throwing to Marvin Mims in that situation. He just kind of chucks up a prayer. Looks like he wanted Cortland Sutton, who almost defended the pass there. Mims catches it, falling on his ass. Then we hit a beautiful shot to Sutton, and they kick the game winner. And all is well. Except, okay, reffing, don't let me forget about the refs, Tom.
I will never.
But Sean Payton, enemy number 1 yesterday. Everybody was hating on Sean Payton. His play calling, crap. He kept 99% of the plays through the first 3 quarters when they couldn't score. It's like a swing pass that the Broncos want to use as a screen, a wide receiver screen, and they just can't set up the blocks correctly. They were losing yards. They weren't gaining yards. It was frustrating. We were like, what is Sean doing? Just run. Just give JK the ball. Let's use that run, which I bitch about every week on this show, right? You've heard it. You're annoyed by it. You don't care right now. But we're all poo-pooing on Sean. Fourth quarter happens. They get the win. After the game, Sean was like, I'm not going to let... He was like, this win was great. We're going to celebrate this win today, but we can't let that distract us from the fact of how many things we have to fix and work on. And he's like, tomorrow is not going to be fun when we go over this game. So I got a lot of respect there. Like he realizes stuff's not working. And yeah, it's when you're a fan and you're reacting, you're like, what's happening? Your frustration comes out in waves. You're like, oh God, it's like all my tweets for the first 3 quarters was just like, let all the plays. And then, game on the line, they dialed up some nice stuff, some nice plays. But anyway, it was wild, man. You don't see many games. The last game I remember being that crazy was that Colts. Was it Colts
Vikings game when just Saturday?
Yeah, but even that,
it was 33-0 at the half.
Yes,
at the half
in the fourth, and they gave the Giants didn't give up. Yes, they played poorly.
Oh, that defense!
They scored. They took the lead back.
Yep.
And it was the most important play of that game was Justin Stranad's interception. So we're in this weird spot where it's like, okay, we kind of have a chance, but we have to get a 3-and-out right now, right? It has to be a 3-and-out because we don't have enough time or timeouts. And they throw a pick. It's a bad throw by Dart, well played by Stranad. He also returns it to the 20. So that pick, the Broncos had enough time to do everything else after that, right? So it was a clutch play. And another position we've complained about is the linebacker spot. Mm-hmm. A lot of that's been about Alex Singleton. Drake Greenlaw came back, didn't play the whole game, but his impact was felt right away, and Stranad stepped up big time. Cortland Sutton made a great catch, and it all happened on the Demaryius Thomas tribute day, right? Like, so the Broncos Super Bowl 50, like a ton of those players were there to honor DT. It was like a reunion for the 10-year Super Bowl. And I think on DNVR, they were talking, Benny Fowler was there, and he was talking about how pissed off all the players were, how embarrassed they were. Like, this is the product they were getting on that day. And then to get that win in that fashion, like, man, a lot went wrong, but they pulled it out. So anyway.
Yeah. Perna, getting a fitty.
Yeah, your voice is shot, I bet. I'm glad you got to go there.
Being at that game. I mean, I can't. There had to have been Broncos fans that left, right? Like in the fourth. I mean, you're down. You haven't scored a single point. In the fourth. You headed into the fourth quarter. Yeah,
there was. I think I couldn't find the clip this morning, but Bo Nix on one of the post game things was like, "I feel bad for the fans that left."
Yep. That's why.
So yeah, a lot of them did leave, and rightfully so. Like, somebody asked that during the stream, like, "What do you think of the fans that left?" I was like, "I don't blame them, man." At no point for over 3 quarters did you think like that the Broncos were going to have a chance to win, but they did.
They did.
Reggaeton y dembow y bachata, así que me gusta mucho que Bad Bunny. A.K.A. Bonito. El Bonito. El conejo malo.
I love J.K. Dobbins.
I know.
Yeah, man. I feel like there's a few things here because obviously I was streaming while it was happening. So like I wasn't watching the game live as it happened. But I just saw the Giants blowing you guys out in terms of it just looks like you were getting outplayed. What was it? Just the play calling? Was it not being able to establish the run? Was it Bo Nix playing poorly? Like, kind of what led to that offense doing diddly squat? Because I don't want to say it's a pattern now, but it just seems like the fourth quarter is when they're like, "Oh, you know what, guys? Maybe we should like play football. Like maybe we should do something here."
It's just the offense too. Like the defense. You're going to look at the score and the defense probably not going to get like the credit it deserves, but they kept Denver in that game for quite some time until Tyrone Tracy ripped off this. It was like a 20-yard touchdown run. It was just like, oh God, even the defense is letting us down at this point. Right. It's a lack of execution on offense. And I think that's the biggest problem. I think Sean Payton, we're talking about play calling and it doesn't work. And we talked a little bit during the stream about like, he's one of those coaches who wants to use the pass game, the short pass game as an extension of the run game, which is fine when you have the offense that can do that. But when they try to do that, I don't know if it's players not blocking appropriately out in the perimeters where you're going to need to set up those plays for your receivers or your running backs. I don't know if it's throwing the ball too quickly in those situations where you don't give them enough time. I forget which team I was watching them. They ran it might've been the Colts. I can't remember, but they ran one of those screens where like the quarterback kind of like turns this way and then they turns around and throws it back to the running back and it buys them that extra second to let the lineman actually set up to get blocks. It might've been the Niners for McCaffrey. But they want to run those, and they're not good at those right now. And it feels like Sean Payton forgets that every game. So he can be mad about them not executing there, and he's probably right. But also, if it's not working, do something else. And that's why like they have these streaks of scoring. Also, Bo Nix, if he is his deep ball, if he is not setting his feet, he is not an accurate deep passer. Now, he can throw on the run, but he's so wildly inconsistent with it. They do all those screen bullshit plays, and then they take a deep shot, and it doesn't work. And then the other half of the time when it does work, somebody drops it, right? But, yeah, man, that's, I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know, but I don't think it's getting fixed in 1 week. And we got to play the Cowboys next, and they look good.
Hey. 2 NFC East teams. Someone mentioned it before. Fourth quarter, you just got to hold them for 3 quarters. Yeah, going up against that offense is going to be interesting, because they obviously have a very good offense. I mean, the good news is they have a dog water defense. So that's...
Yeah, but the Cowboys defense played better this week.
They played well yesterday. I know
They
Jane
got
Daniels
4
got banged up,
sacks.
but they were beating him up before that too.
Yeah, it's wild, man. Like, we just put out a video, and it's like we put out a video Saturday about how crazy this NFL season is. And I wish I would have waited a week, because this Broncos game is another like anomaly of shit we've never really seen before, or the amount of times we've seen it is very, very small. And it dwarfed like your Packers' improbable comeback, because I too was looking at that score because people kept reminding me that, and you look, what's going on in the Packers game? No, I don't. And this is taking every ounce of my energy and soul right now. But so I was checking in. I'm like, ooh, man. And I was like, oh, it's going to be a very depressing GPS.
Yeah.
We're both going to be tired, and we're going to be sad. It's going to be the worst kind of show. And Jacoby Brissett. The Cardinals work better with Jacoby Brissett.
It's, dude, and you know what? And this is the thing, too. This is without their 2 starting running backs.
Yeah. It was Zonovan. Who's their running back?
You have Knight.
Zonovan Knight, yes.
So you got Knight that's out there.
That's their top dude.
But
like, man. Micah Parsons, 3 sacks in that game?
Yeah, it was
got the final one.
Bam Knight. Bam Knight.
Yeah, and
Parsons was
the ballsy call, right? 4th and 2. You were gonna kick, and then they go, let's go win it.
So it's funny that you mentioned Sean Payton, because there have been on the internet, just because you stream every single game, and there is definitely a growing like, oh my God, what is Matt LaFleur doing with this play calling? Because it does seem, especially yesterday, that the play calling was super conservative on offense. And there were times where they just could not get it done. But there were some aspects of this game that really stood out. One, McManus was hurt again, and so he didn't play for a second week. So Havrasik, who got signed last week off the street, who's supposed to be a substitute teacher.
Yeah, Giants should have signed him.
He set a franchise record. He kicked a 61-yard field goal right before halftime that gave him 3 points.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, like, here we go. And then it was like, okay, the Packers get the ball to start the half. They go 3 and out. It's garbage. But it took a while to get Josh Jacobs into that game. He only finished with 55 yards, but he had 2 touchdowns at the end. But it's like you said, you could talk about this conservative play calling for Matt LaFleur, but to go for it, it's 4th and 2. I think there was like 2:32 or 2:23 left to go in that game. Packers have 2 timeouts. And instead of just kicking it to tie it up, they go, you know what? No, let's send the offense back out there. And it's a 15-yard pass to the left sideline to Tucker Kraft, which, I was clenched, man. I was like, are we about to lose to the Cardinals?
Yeah.
And there was a couple things that were super frustrating besides the offense. Thankfully, they win that football game. But there were 2 third down conversions. It was like a 3rd and 23 and a 3rd and 14 that the Cardinals both convert. The secondary had a tough day. Nate Hobbs, who's our free agent that we got from the Raiders, he has not been having a good season. But thankfully, even though LVN and Devontae Wyatt are out, Micah Parsons, holy God, man, 10 QB pressures, 5 QB hits, and 3 freaking sacks. Like, took over that game. Rashawn Gary, he had a forced fumble sack that completely changed the game too. Evan Williams recovered that. The Packers were able to score a touchdown. So Xavier McKinney was asked after this game, and he's been pretty vocal these past 2 weeks. He's like, yeah, it's great that we won, but we should be playing better. Like, we should be beating this team. And it feels like, especially, with Micah Parsons and everything, that's just the expectation this year, right? You go and you make a once-in-a-generation trade for a once-in-a-generational player, right, who really paid off yesterday. The expectations are, okay, you're going to the Super Bowl now. And it just seems like when you're having these close games, it's like, all right. But it's like you said, Jacoby Brissett deserves a lot of credit. He was able, we're talking about the Colts, and we're sniffing their farts this whole week too. They went toe-to-toe with the Colts and almost beat them. So Jacoby Brissett seems to know how to run that offense, even with all those guys injured. So they're not a difficult, or they are a difficult team to put away. But yeah, that took some more gray hairs this morning. Let's just say.
Yeah, it was I don't know. It was stressful and thrilling It's like why you watch sports, right? It is the epitome of why you watch. Is you don't think you've got a chance for 3/4 of the game. Not only do you not think you have a chance, you're angry with your team, you're disappointed, like all these negative emotions, and then they're wiped away by a score, an arbitrary score at the end of the game. And the Broncos there's a couple other crazy things that get lost in that. They converted both their 2-point plays to get back in that. So you got to convert the 2-point plays. They do that. And then after the Giants scored their touchdown with between 30 and 40 seconds there, first they scored too quickly. The Giants, they're down at the 1-yard line because of a egregiously called pass interference penalty on Riley Moss, which came after a roughing the passer call also benefited the Giants on that final drive. So the Giants, they go the length of the field because of basically 2 penalties. They didn't do shit to earn their opportunity to win that game. They were bailed out by the refs. And that pass interference call, the NFL needs to look at that shit. And they need to tell their officials in this situation, unless it is very clear that a defender is causing pass interference, you cannot call it in that situation.
And it feels
on my side, so I know it's good, Tom. They're like, Perna, you bitch about the refs and us, and we hate you for it, but you're right. That was bad.
It feels, maybe it's been the past few seasons, it feels more egregious because it feels like this is an actual strategy, right? To be like, I'm going to throw the ball up, and as a receiver, I'm just going to stop or run into the defender. And I'm going to, as a QB, I'm going to underthrow the ball and I'm going to get a whole bunch of yards out of it. And I will say, we talked about reviewing pass interference. We tried to do it a few years ago and it just did not work because the refs never changed their mind and it slowed down the game, etc. But that kind of crap, it being a spot foul, is so it just takes away from the game so much. Because there are times where it's egregious pass interference and you're like, okay, this makes sense. It should be a spot foul because it's preventing a score, right? If if a receiver's about to catch a touchdown and they go and get blindsided, that's when it should be a spot foul.
Yeah.
But it's because all pass interference is counted the same, right? This is where you run into those problems.
Yeah, final 2 minutes, any penalty should be able to be reviewed, in my opinion. And before that, it was a very soft roughing the passer call. It's basically as bad of a roughing as you can call. But that came on 4th down. It was 4th and 16. And Wan'Dale Robinson, I think if they reviewed it, would have been short. Now, I don't know if they would have reviewed it because I think the refs, they gave him the first down. So I thought the Broncos had just got to stop. And then they got roughing. And then a play or two later, they get that PI, and I'm like, oh, God. But the Giants, they run it in on the first play.
True.
They run it in on the first play, which is, I get it. You're down 4, so you do have to score a touchdown. But you do not want to score a touchdown and give the opposing team time, which they did. And, of course, they missed the PAT. And that also questions, why didn't Brian Dable decide to go for 2, right?
They're ours.
We watched the Broncos. What game was it where they went for 2? Was that the Eagles game where they went for 2 and they forced the opponent to have to score? The Eagles had to score a touchdown.
They took the lead against the Eagles. Yeah,
Dable could have done the same thing. He's got a backup kicker in there, and he's like, "No, we're gonna go up by 3," and then they didn't, and they lost. So many things have to go crazy there.
Oh, dude, I mean. Apparently, Brian Dable broke a chair. You saw Brian Burns walking into the locker room. He was very upset.
Yeah.
I mean,
I do want to shout out Talanoa Hufanga, who, there's that you saw the shot, the Broncos kicked the game winner. It cuts to Jaxson Dart, and he's just and
he goes over to him. Yeah.
Hufanga's the first guy, goes over there, picks him up, and I pat him on the back, basically, to be on the other team, and I don't know, do that. I just thought that was a really cool move by Hufanga. You don't have to do that. I would have laughed at him I would have said, suck it, Dart. But I'm petty like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
I would have said, ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Welcome to the NFL, Dart. enjoy being a New York Giant, Dart. And then was
there's
game.
There not, and then you run away.
Yeah, run away.
You're like, he will catch me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like people were like, is Dable fired now after this? It's like, no, but that hot seat is back to being hot again. It's they'll give him time. But just when we were talking about the Giants, and especially for the first 3 quarters of that game, it was like, damn, to go into Denver, which is a tough place to win against that defense. You got 2 rookies, they're playing pretty solid, and that is one of the biggest chokes, you'll ever see.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we can see that kind of craziness again, because it's just so much has to go wrong. And so just the deflected touchdowns back to back, just the missed extra points, the missed kicks, the back and forth. Like, there are just
that play, like,
to happen. It's insane.
Those deflected touchdowns were back to back. So it's like Denver scores because of a deflection. You're like, oh, tip drill, Troy Franklin. Didn't feel like we earned that touchdown, but we got it. We'll take it. We're not going to get shut out. And then a few plays later, it's Theo Johnson. Ball tipped to him, and he just gallops in freely. I put it, I think, in our recap, it's like the football gods were like, oops, sorry, Broncos fans. We made a mistake giving you the tip pass touchdown. That was actually supposed to go to the Giants. That one was crushing. I was like, there's no way we're winning now.
Yeah.
So many times I said, no way we're winning now.
And then
it's nice to be on the right end of that, because the last game I think like this was that Russell Wilson Broncos versus Commanders. They hit the
Hail Mary touchdown,
and then they can't get the 2-point conversion. Yep. Which on that 2-point conversion, who got pulled and tugged? Cortland Sutton. We didn't get a flag in that game. Oh no. No.
But hey, Broncos.
Yeah.
They escape with a win.
I could go all day and bore everybody.
They done did it. John, we can talk about the Bears real quick. Caleb Williams definitely did not have his best day yesterday, but Chicago getting another win. DeAndre Swift having a really nice day on the ground, and that has been a difference maker over these past couple weeks. That was good in the Commanders game as well. And the defense, man, we've talked about the turnover differential, right? The Bears are near or at the top of the league. 3 interceptions, that's going to help a whole lot. And it just feels like the Bears feel like a more complete team this year, that even if Caleb is not playing at his very best, and Troy Aikman hates him with the fury of 1,000 suns, they're still able to rely on their other playmakers to win the game, whether it's on the defense, whether it's on the run game. I think that's making a big difference for why Chicago's finding some early success.
Yeah, those 3 turnovers are huge. And that's, that's what good teams do. You want your quarterback to be great, right? Like, you really do. But good football teams, when their quarterback and their offense is not playing well, your special teams or your defense, they keep you alive, they keep you in the game, and they give your offense chances, they make stops. And the Bears are starting to feel like a complete football team. And it's been a while since anybody said that about the old Chicago Bears.
I think, with the Commanders, they got whooped yesterday by the Cowboys. This is before Jaden Daniels even got hurt, who apparently wanted to go back in. They're going to do an MRI today. But we'll see kind of how the Bears play throughout the rest of the season. But look at these rushing yards, man. Yeah. Like, we talk about Caleb not having a great day, but being able to actually have a consistent ground game. And I know there are plenty of Bears fans, including as a Packers fan, who was like, I don't know if Swift is going to be the guy. Right? Remember when Saquon was like a potential option last year, and they're like, how come we didn't sign Saquon? But hey, Swift doing well. And I think, Ben Johnson's helping out a lot with that. But that's also why you build in the trenches, man.
Yeah.
That's why you do it.
And the Bears did that. They addressed their offensive line aggressively this offseason, and it's paying off.
So that's it.
You
ain't wrong, AAA. You are not wrong.
And I think Colston Loveland got called for another just ridiculous.
Oh my God, the PI was so bad.
It's like you got to go out of your way to call offensive pass interference too. Like I don't get it. I don't get what they're doing. But yeah, Chicago, what are you at? 4-2?
Yep.
Not bad. Not a
They've
bad
won 4
spot
straight
to
games,
be in,
man.
Chicago.
4 straight games they've won.
Yeah.
There's some happiness in Bears land. And hey, they are not last in the NFC North. That belongs to the Minnesota Vikings. Speaking of the Carson Wentz revenge game.
Yeah.
Not so much revenge.
He stabbed himself with the revenge dagger in this one.
Yes, he did. I know they might have Ig Big Boo back. They might. He could. Ig Big Boo.
Yeah. It's funny. A lot of people are saying this is the greatest passing performance they've seen from Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
And I feel like those people are forgetting about the Super Bowl where he shredded the Chiefs through the air.
But you know what, Brandon? The amount of crap, not to the Eagles, because whatever, but that Jalen Hurts specifically gets.
Yeah.
About, oh, this guy's not throwing. It's been, because it was, 22 games? I think he broke a 22-game streak of not throwing for over 300 yards. And again, look at Saquon Barkley, man. They gave him the ball nearly 20 times, averaging 2.4 yards a carry. So not even being able to rely on a ground game, Hurts went off. Hurts deserves a ton of credit for this performance because he was really damn good yesterday.
Yeah. And Saquon, what did he tweak his ankle or something late in this game? I forget what happened there, but Hurts doing that against the Vikings defense, that's impressive.
Sure.
But yeah, Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown just going off. 183 yards for Devontae Smith. I forget I forget how long the play was. But one of those bombs
Devontae
to
Smith today
was
too.
such a beautiful pass. I think the Giants are fine. The Giants lost in a horrific way, but as angry as I was about my team for 3 quarters, Giants fans should feel optimistic at how well they played for the first 3 quarters. Yes, some crazy fluky stuff happened at the end, Giants fans, but I think Dart's got the potential to be a pretty damn good quarterback in the league. He was doing that all without Neighbors. And Slayton, right? He wasn't out there. Wan'Dale Robinson was his number 1 target. And then you had Theo Johnson and the other tight end. I keep forgetting. But Giants will be all right.
I just realized I benched Devontae Smith in my fantasy league. That's tough.
I had him in one. I didn't check the morning, and Debo was out. And I think I had Devontae Smith on the bench and Debo not playing.
Great.
Great.
Dude, DJ Turner, I mean, he made a huge impact in that game against the Steelers. So we talk about the Bengals offense, and especially after he had the exodus of talent from that secondary, Turner's been playing pretty darn well. Yep.
I still don't know if he had that pick or not, but
still here.
Wentz. Rough game.
Yeah.
He got momentum going in the second half there, but the Vikings are kind of just in this weird purgatory. I feel like they're waiting for JJ McCarthy to get healthy, but they don't even know when he's healthy, if he's the guy yet, if he's ready yet. Wentz kind of all over the place. But his picks was one of them. Were they both his fault? I can't remember. This game, I forgot basically everything from all the morning football after that Broncos game. It just wiped my memory.
Yeah, I mean, for the Vikings, you got to see what you got in JJ McCarthy, right? It's just whenever he's healthy and ready to go, you're playing him. But I still think they have a pretty strong roster. You had concerns about their secondary. But yeah, the Eagles they worked them. They put on a freaking show. And, the Vikings fought back in that second half, because it was ugly. What was it, a 14-6? Yep, 14-6. Yeah. So they fought back, but Jalen Hurts was just on one.
He was. Nick, that's a good reminder to Broncos fans. Stock up on your heart medication. You're going to need it.
Oh, yes.
Let's go to some of the ugly games.
Okay.
maybe one of the ugliest ones.
Exactly, demonic. Exactly.
Browns, Dolphins, Tom.
Oh boy. The Browns. I picked them to win, and that was a good pick. They worked them. Tua, 3 interceptions. And Dylan Gabriel didn't really have to do anything. He didn't have to do much to win that football game. And again, it's just because Cleveland has a good defense. And the Dolphins have, I think it's safe to say, the worst defense in the league. Right? I think that's pretty safe to say. Especially with the Cowboys. They turned up a little bit yesterday. Let me get the stats just so I can be clear.
Their defense is bad. And obviously when you give up 3 rushing touchdowns to a team where well, they did actually, you don't know, because the Browns did not run the ball last week, but it's a team starting Dylan Gabriel. Your focus should be stopping their running back Judkins, and he rushed for 3 touchdowns in this game. Tua turns the ball over 3 times, 3 picks. That's going to destroy even a good defense.
Yeah.
Thank you, Derek.
The Ravens are still the worst defense in the league in points allowed, and they didn't even play this week. So
nice.
Then it's the Bengals, then it's the Cowboys, then it's the Dolphins in terms of points allowed.
Yeah.
This is Miami's the worst rushing defense. Thank Joe Barry. And they're not the worst passing defense. So that's nice.
Hey, there you go.
That's something. Very, very something. But yeah, the Dolphins, man, we were talking about, is McDaniel's going to get fired? We're kind of just waiting for it. They came out today or I think it was Ian Rappaport who said that it was not going to happen this week. So it
shouldn't.
I just don't know what you do here.
You wait till after the season or the very end of the season. Like they gain nothing by firing Mike McDaniel at this moment. Who on that roster is going to come in and be your interim? You calling Jeff Saturday? Who you calling? There's only one man on earth. Nobody on earth actually believes in Tua more than Mike McDaniel.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, like Mike gave Tua everything, and Mike might not be the right guy to be a head coach, and I get why Dolphins fans want him gone. I don't know who you bring in that's going to help your team right now. Unless Mike is so bad and so toxic in that locker room, which I don't think, like, maybe players don't love him, but it's not because he's an asshole. You know what I mean?
I think it's just, so what was it? Quinn Ewers, who walked to the sideline, got like the cold shoulder from him. That was picked up on the cameras yesterday. I feel like it's just, when you are getting rid of Mike McDaniels, you're firing Greer. You are cleaning house, man. Like, I just think that within these next couple of weeks, if you're going to try to trade off some pieces just to try and get some capital, it seems like the Dolphins are going to be starting over, I think, relatively soon. I mean, to win one game and it's against the Jets, and if they played tomorrow, I don't know if they win that game again. It's just, it's a brutal season. And especially with the Patriots, who were not great for a few years, and now they're doing well. The Bills, they got their own issues, but they're better than the freaking Dolphins. It just seems like they are competing with the Jets for the worst team in that division and as one of the worst teams in football. And considering that heading into this season, you and I and everybody else talked about the Dolphins' expectations, they need to make the playoffs, right? Like, you need to see something. It was all about, all right, well, how about Tua's health? What is that going to look like? Tua's healthy. And Devin Achane, I like him a lot, and he's been one of the bright spots for that team. But it's just ugly, man. Like, it is ugly football. Their defense is horrific, and it just seems like there have to be some major changes to try and get something back from the Dolphins. Because they're going to have to do a massive rebuild, and they have an out for Tua's contract at the end of this year. That'll be an interesting decision.
Is it this year or next year?
I think they have an out for 2020. It could be 27. I thought I was looking at it yesterday.
They do. Actually, here's their interim if they need one. Our old friend here in Denver, Eric Studesville.
You're correct, buddy. Sorry about that. Yeah, you're right. 2027, they have the out.
Yeah. Interim, Eric Studesville. He was a running backs coach here with the Broncos back in the day. And when the Broncos fired Josh McDaniels, he was the Broncos interim head coach. So if you do need one, Dolphins, you got a guy like another Broncos connection. So go for it.
Big boom.
And then we will swoop Mike McDaniel up to come here to Denver.
We might get him as an offensive coordinator, so you can get
You want him? We want him.
Yeah, you could get your hands off. Listen, the Giants are going to be lining up for one of our kickers. They're just waiting for us to release one. So, but yeah, Dolphins bad. Cleveland, 2 wins now.
Here's another shitty team.
Yeah, this was an ugly ass game, which we kind of expected. But Panthers above 500, first time since 2019.
13 points against the Jets, Carolina. It's all you need. Trust me. Nice. But Bryce Young leaves this game with an injury, right? Did he come back?
Hold on.
Bryce Young injury.
Yeah, because he has an ankle injury.
Injury, okay.
Yeah, they don't know if he's going to play week 8.
Iffy. So he's iffy for this week. You don't like to see that.
No.
Here's what bothers me. 17 touches for Rico.
True, Scott.
Okay, I get it. Dave Canales, he gets Chuba Hubbard back. Loyal to Chuba. Chuba helped him last year. He's a decent back.
Look at those average carries right there. Look at the average right there.
But why? Why are you taking the ball out of the hands of the guy who put up 200 plus yards for you in back-to-back weeks? Like, I don't get it with these coaches sometimes. Like, the formula's right fucking there for you, man. Like, just don't overthink it. And no offense to Chuba, okay? Fought to get back out there. Guys do it all the time.
Hot hand, man. Go with the hot hand.
And then just 1 touch in the passing game for Rico? Really? 22 carries for that man. You don't need those extra 6 carries going to Chuba. You're lucky it didn't blow up in your face. That said, Carolina, you took care of business. You forced the Jets to bench Justin Fields.
Yes.
And after he got benched, it didn't get any better.
Hold on. Did you see that hit on Justin Fields?
Oh, yeah. He
was going in for that. Dude.
He got Kiko Alonso. He got Aziz Al-Shird.
Dude, that was...
And that's when I would have left Fields out of the game.
Yeah.
So, you ultimately bench him later. He had to go to the medical tent. Even if he gets cleared from concussion protocol, that's when I keep Justin on the bench. I'm like, no, man, I don't like that shot you took. I know you cleared the protocol, but we're going to go with Tyrod right now. I just want to protect your health in this game. Then you have like an easy sort of like benching for your quarterback. Unfortunately, Taylor came in and he was not better. The Jets are a disaster. Their offense is atrocious.
Everything's bad. Everything's bad. Everything's not good.
The Jets, the Dolphins, and the Titans are going to be competing for that number 1 draft pick. And the Saints, even. And the Saints are the best.
Look now, the Raiders. Let's.
Oh fuck yeah, the Raiders.
Hold on. I was getting pieces while I was streaming. There was a couple of stats that stood out that I wrote down in the Raiders game. Not only were the Raiders shut out, right?
Yeah.
They had 3 first downs.
Correct.
The Chiefs had 30.
Yes.
The Raiders ran a total of 30 plays.
Correct.
The Chiefs had 30 first downs.
Correct.
On top of that, the play that also went a bit viral was fake of Mahomes going, he's trying to draw him off sides. This never effing works. And then hands it off. And of course they get a first down. So whether it's the snow globe, whether it's the fake Rashee Rice getting a touchdown. I know Perna was happy about that. He was very excited to see Rashee Rice back. This was an ugly game for the Raiders. Just a bit. Maybe.
Yeah, this is, I think the stat was with their 30 offensive plays. That's the second fewest amount of offensive plays that's been run by a football team in the Super Bowl era. So That means you can't sustain a single drive.
No.
They didn't have 100 yards passing or 100 yards rushing. They had 70 passing yards, 25 rushing yards. They didn't have 100 total yards in this game, the Raiders. And the Chiefs, believe it or not, didn't even play their best football game. Raiders dropped an interception in this game.
Yep.
The Raiders make a play and they knock the ball out of Hollywood Brown's hands, and it bounced just right to Rashee Rice in stride. I think he gained like 2 yards after it. Max Crosby leaves the game with an injury. Like, this could have been a lot worse for the Raiders. And it was basically as bad as you could draw up with the numbers. The Raiders are lucky this was not worse. The Chiefs did not play their best football and put up 31 points on your ass.
I don't know if the Raiders fans today going, yeah, we were lucky. I don't know.
Yeah, suck it, Raiders. Suck it, you were lucky.
Oh,
dude,
man.
And the worst part, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, the worst part is I didn't hate the Patrick Mahomes, this never fucking works.
It's pretty great. It's pretty great.
If I'm watching a Chiefs play and I'm like, okay, that was cool. It's the worst. It's the worst it can be for me.
Yep.
I
mean, listen, Chiefs, this is what we were worried about. You and I have been talking about this, that they're getting healthy, right? They're staying healthy, but also now getting Rice back. Like, we're going to see what that offense looks like these next few weeks. And they kind of were able to go through that gauntlet. And now sitting at 4-3, Kansas City got to be pretty happy with that.
Yeah. What are you doing, Pete Carroll? Like, I'm calling him the most overrated hiring this offseason. Like, we thought that Pete would come in and be a stabilizing sort of force for the Raiders. We didn't think he was going to turn them into like a Super Bowl team or even a deep playoff team. But like, hey, they're going to be a respectable team this year with Pete.
Potential wild card, highest hopes, right? If they get Genty going, Geno Nope.
It's not even close, man. They're bad on every level.
Driving deep left. Cyber.
Which is nice. Suck it, Tom Brady.
Rams. Oh boy.
London town.
Remember when we were talking about the Jaguars? We were so happy a couple of weeks ago for the Jaguars. They were in my top 10. We're rocking. Yeah, they Devontae Adams.
They beat the Chiefs.
Talked about that signing. Oh, it paid off big time. Matthew Stafford, 5 freaking touchdowns. He had himself a day.
Yeah. Maybe. He was the first quarterback to get 5 passing touchdowns for an international game. And I think that's in 60 international games now. And no offense here to Matthew Stafford, but this is maybe the least impressive 5 passing touchdown game I've ever seen.
Dude, not even a single receiver had 50 yards.
No, Devontae Adams. I think his longest touchdown reception was 3 yards, maybe. I forget.
Got it done.
3 touchdowns on 35 yards for Devontae. That's an elite stat line.
Mm-hmm.
And Stafford was good. Don't get me wrong. Like,
sure.
But a $182 and 5 touchdowns, you don't see that very often.
Well, and looking at the other side of things too, Travis Etienne, they only gave him the ball 8 times, but Travis Hunter, he had his first career NFL touchdown. He played really well as a receiver. It really feels like that's just where they're going to start playing him. It was a tough day because they only scored that 7 points in the fourth quarter. Like, that was, it was a tough day for the Jaguars. So
sorry, Jacksonville. You got to run the ball again, though. That's part of it.
You just have 2 now, Ben. It's a good problem to have. No problem. I'll take that. The New England Drake.
One last one
please,
because the Jags traded Tyson Campbell to the Browns, right? They made that trade, and Tyson Campbell was one of the guys who pick-sixed Tua. So, like,
there you go.
Buyer's remorse. What game were you going to next?
I was going to talk about the Titans real quick. Not this week, Jesh. Because that was a close game for a little bit. The Titans were winning that game in the first quarter. It was like, all right, 17-13. And then they shut them the hell out. There was chance for Vrabel at the end of that game being played in Tennessee. Drake May, I think he set the record. What is it? The highest
completion percentage for a Patriots QB. Already breaking Tom Brady records.
Look at that.
Yes, please, Drake. Yes, please.
I'm so sorry.
Now, I don't want the Patriots to win, another 6 Super Bowls, but a lot of people are like, oh, you're getting mad that the Patriots are good, Brandon. And no, I'm not anti-Patriots. I was anti-Tom Brady and anti-Bill Belichick at the time. And then I started to like Bill because he was so angry. Now Bill just seems like a giant douche. So I'm probably more anti-Bill than anything.
Did you see that stuff that Pablo put out?
Yeah. Of Jordan as a controlling sort of insert herself as I'm the boss type person and I don't know what I'm talking about.
Graphic design folks, like just the head down, are just like, oh my God, like this is.
Yeah. Thank you, Thomas.
That's tough.
No, any creative person who has worked with somebody who doesn't know what the frick they're doing can relate to those clips Pablo posted. Like, I try to keep that in mind. Like, somebody who worked as a video editor and you get insane notes, you get ridiculous requests.
Yep.
It is infuriating.
Mm-hmm.
Almost as infuriating as watching the Titans try to play football. Whew, brought it back in.
Adobe Photoshop using Photoshop's government name.
Adobe officially licensed Adobe Photoshop.
Oh man. But Patriots, man, you got to be, if you're a Pats fan, you could not be happier. I mean, you're atop your division. Drake May, all the way, that guy, man. He is that freaking guy.
He broke Brady's record, but Josh Dobbs came in and has 100% completion rate in this game. So
that's what I'm saying, barely did anything.
Maybe Josh Dobbs is better than Drake May. I don't know, Tom. How many incompletions Josh Dobbs have? 0.
QB controversy in New England?
Maybe. I would say so.
Maybe.
I love Dobbs for this role too.
Yeah,
we were all on the Dobbs train. This is a good spot for Josh Dobbs to be in. New England.
Dobbs train.
He's a dude, like, if Drake misses a quarter or misses a half, Dobbs is a guy who can come in and keep your team winning. But
Cam Ward getting sacked 5 times. I know Drake May went down. I think it was 4 sacks. But yeah, Cam Ward gets sacked 5 times again.
And he fumbled. He leads the league in fumbles now with 5 lost fumbles.
It's not great, man. Vern, have you heard of the Taco Bell Ultra Marathon?
Oh, God, no.
That should be a clickbait punishment. You have to run a 50K. Nice and easy.
10 different Taco Bell? No, thank you, dude. That sounds like a terrible challenge.
Listen, we worship the number 27 here.
Yeah.
All 4 Packers wins. Also, how old is Jordan Love? 27.
27.
All hail 27. 27. Must be the occult. Why do teams not play the 2-minute drill all game? Because
when you don't, you turn into possibly the Raiders where you run 30 offensive plays.
Correct.
It's a 3 and out, a 3 and out.
Mm-hmm. Indianapolis Colts. Talk about them and the Chargers. Justin Herbert.
Colts.
Tough day, my friend. Tough day. He was also Vidal. We were talking about how great he was. Herbert threw the ball 55 effing times.
Yeah.
Over 400 yards, but he had very little help in the run game. And by little help, I mean he was their leading rusher. Gadsden was mentioned on Friday's GPS and was like, what do you think about him? Big ass game. 7 for 164. Also, Keenan Allen, man. I love the fact that Keenan Allen is doing well.
Yeah, he's playing really good football.
But Gadsden was mentioned in a super chat on Friday saying, what do you think about him? It's like, we really haven't seen a lot from him. Well, there you freaking go. You need somebody to step up. Donkeys are flying. Yeah, I mean, I think they did not have Joe Alt back. I think that obviously makes a difference here. Hampton still being out. But I got to give a ton of credit to the Indianapolis Colts. Not only Daniel Jones playing well, but Jonathan Taylor, he's right there with Bijan Robinson, right? Like they are the 2 best running backs, this season.
I'd say Taylor's better.
And Taylor finding the end zone 3 times again. It's just so impressive. And another guy who has been so clutch for them it's like every single game is Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
So good.
First drive, Tyler Warren, big play, gets the Colts down there.
Yep.
Daniel Jones just continues to be effective, doesn't make mistakes, makes the big plays when you need him to. And that's kind of the difference, right? Like quarterbacks can be efficient and good, but there's this thing like when you need him to make a big throw, they're not really the guy. And Daniel Jones been making those. He's been making the big throws.
Yeah.
Like this makes me feel better about the Broncos, losing to the Colts by a leverage penalty.
Mm-hmm.
The Chargers,
they're beat up, man. Like
they're beat up and they're not playing the way I think the Chargers want to play. Like
they couldn't run the ball.
The rushing game is not what Jim Harbaugh wants to do.
No.
55 passes. It's fun because it's Herbert and he's got the arm to do it, but they just got their ass kicked.
There you go, Kyle.
This game was not as close as 38-24.
No, that guy got some points at the end. And I mean, listen, you have to give credit to the Colts defense. Their defense last year was garbage. It was poo-poo caca. They look a lot better because they're just a more balanced team right now.
Buckner had a couple sacks in that one.
Gotta give him some credit.
Nick Cross's interception, too. I think that was right before halftime. And it was a bad throw by Herbert, but it's in the end zone. If the Chargers were going to have a real chance in this game, that was their opportunity, and Nick Cross took it away. His pick was a one-handed, really impressive grab, and it was like a momentum shifter.
Yeah. Commanders, Dallas. Oh, man. George Pickens. Yeah, that guy's doing all right. He's doing quite all right. Let's talk about this game. The Commanders lost this game. You got Jaden Daniels. He got banged up. But holy cow, man. The Cowboys worked him. They played very, very well. You talk about a guy that we have been talking about probably since week 3? We were talking about him week 1 because he played well. But Dak Prescott, another 3-touchdown performance, not turning the ball over, 264 yards. Javonte Williams was able to get things going again. No surprise there because a lot of teams can run on the Commanders. But Cowboys, their offense is not the problem. And their defense actually looked pretty solid. Looked pretty good. They missed.
Yeah, you get some turnovers. That helps with the defense. Pick 6 helps. Kind of desperation time there for the Commanders. But you get CeeDee Lamb back in the lineup, and he instantly goes off for 110 yards. That, if you're a Cowboys fan, you got to feel pretty good about that.
Mm-hmm.
Javonte back on track as your leading back. He gets over 100.
It's fair.
Here's where it gets a little interesting, though, Tom. Cowboys sacked Jaden Daniels 4 times. Oh, my God. Are they
Well, they sacked Jaden Daniels 2 times and Mariota 2 times.
Yeah, okay.
It was both, yeah.
Are they scheming up pressure, Tom?
They finally realized they could scheme it up.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've been talking about Dak all year because he's been very good. And I just changed the Joe Burrow award to the Dak Prescott award, which goes to the quarterback who, no matter what he does, his team loses, which is right time because now Dak's winning. But if this is the Cowboys, if this version of their defense can show up every week, they don't have to be the best defense. They're going to give up yards.
Yeah.
But if they can just get a couple extra opportunities for the Cowboys offense, they're a dangerous football team. They're a team the Broncos play the Cowboys Sunday, and I'm like, oh, fuck, we're getting them when they're super hot.
It's going to be a really fun offensive versus defense game. Yeah, I'm really excited for it.
I don't know if the Broncos could score 44 fourth quarter points, Tom.
We'll see. I saw Brandon Graham. Those are the rumors that he might come out of retirement for the Eagles.
Nice.
Maybe something. That would be something. We got one other game to talk about. The 49ers, or should I say the Christian McCaffreys. Yeah.
Yes.
That, I have to say, I kind of wrote the 49ers off after Fred Warner got injured.
Yeah.
Right? It's like there's just too many.
No shit.
That defense holding Robinson to 40 yards.
Yeah, man.
And again, their entire offense was Christian McCaffrey. He was their leading rusher, 129 yards, and had 2 touchdowns. He was their leading receiver with 72 yards and 7 catches. Having George Kittle back, it's not really going to show up in the stat sheet, but him blocking in the run game made a huge difference here. And this defense was able to contain whatever the hell the Falcons were trying to do. They deserve a lot of credit, man. They're still a fighting-ass team.
The Falcons, man, I don't know what to make of Atlanta. They had such a big win against the Bills. I put them in power rankings. I was hyped on the Falcons.
Yep.
And then they lose 20-10 to the 49ers and don't get me wrong, like Mac Jones, he's a backup quarterback, but he's a starting caliber quarterback. Not your best starting caliber quarterback, but it's not like they lost to a true backup is my point, but a backup nonetheless.
Mm-hmm. I don't know where you
top like 2 defensive players out, Bosa, Fred Warner, and you can only do what? 60, a little over 60 rushing yards.
Yeah.
Penix was all right. I'm really impressed with Kyle Shanahan having this team prepared every week, and also Robert Saleh having this defense continuing to play very good football and getting production out of guys like Bryce Huff, who was cast off. Oh, sorry. Is this where's the... There we go. Bryce Huff.
Huff was amazing last night.
There it is. Jets didn't want him. Eagles didn't want him. He's playing well here. Like, I don't know, man. He's coaching his ass off for that defense, and they are playing pretty. Like, to do this to the hottest running back and rushing attack from last week is insane. It's insane.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's just if they can't get the run game going for the Falcons, it's
like nothing else works, including their defense suddenly.
Yeah.
You like football?
Yeah, I do.
We do too.
I do too.
Oh yeah, that's going to be gone after AJ Brown going off yesterday. Yeah, no, all those rumors of him getting traded, that's out the window now. Because apparently they're a passing team.
Those rational Eagles fans.
Oh, we got another double header tonight. I hate these.
Praise be
so much. We got the Buccaneers and the Lions. There's rumors Mike Evans going to play and Big Boo could be playing. That would make a big difference. I think this should be a good game. And then you got Seattle and you got Houston. Both these games I think are going to be good. I'm really interested, even though I don't know why it's starting at 10 o'clock at night on the East Coast. But both offenses for Seattle and Houston going up against their opposing defenses, I think those are really interesting matchups. So very, very curious to see what that is going to look like. Oh, look at that. Wilroy, I didn't even read that yet. But yes, it's going to be real because the Texans, their offense has looked pretty good. Obviously, they're playing up against a banged-up Ravens defense. But if they're actually going to make some moves, the Texans, especially with the Jaguars not doing so hot, this is the game to show up against a really good opponent in the Seattle Seahawks because they are looking pretty damn good.
Yeah, the Texans, I believe they have the lowest, the best scoring defense in the NFL, right? They're a very tough unit. And we've been high on Sam Darnold all season, high on JSN. So if the Texans kind of shut that down, you can think very highly of your defense moving forward, feel good about them. The Seahawks defense also been very good this season. They've been able to get after the quarterback. So that game's probably going to be for passionate football fans only. I feel like it's going to be a lot of. That one feels like low scoring, kind of boring game. And then you're going to have Bucks Lions, and they might be, they might be 30 plus points each team, shootout type game. So,
I'm very aware. This is something to hang into this year. Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre. How old were they? 27.
27.
It's 27.
27.
We don't even know if the Browns want the number 1 pick right now. I don't know if they do. I mean, because their defense can perform. Judkins is playing well. If Dylan Gabriel can just play mistake-free football, they're a solid football team.
Dylan!
Just saying. But it should be 2 interesting games, I would say.
Micah and Big Boo, Micah and Big Boo, Micah and Big Boo, Micah and Big Boo, Micah and Big Boo.
Suck it up, Leif. You know what? I hope the Mariners lose. There you go. How about that? How about that now? You know what? Enjoy your late game, Seattle. We'll see how the ALCS goes. How about that? We like that. We could get real petty up in here.
Boom.
What do you got coming out today, buddy?
The Broncos, new, worst, best, most, worst, newest, worster, newer, worst, bester.
And grammatically correct. I like
Yes.
that. Yeah, hold on. I don't even know what the hell my schedule is today. Script is not coming out. That's not happening. I'm still so salty. Listen, the Brewers couldn't even win one game, man. Just one game. I just wanted them to win one time. So because my baseball team that I've been a fan of my entire life that I've lived in Wisconsin for these past 2 months, since they lost, now I have to be upset too. I'm probably going to do a Broncos-Giants reaction because if there is a format that works for, it's that. Scripted can't come out today because not only does the game start an hour earlier for the Buccaneers, but also I got to wait for these two games to finish. So I'm streaming the Buccaneers-Lions. I don't know about the second game. Maybe. I got to wait for every fans to be done anyway. So I think that's going to come out later tonight too. So we'll see. I'll see you. I just don't know in what capacity. So we'll see what we got.
Tonight or Tuesday morning?
Yeah. Well, I'm there's a part of me that's probably going to stream the late game too because I'm
You're crazy like that.
It's fine.
Hey, at least you're feeling better.
Dude, thank God. Yeah, it's just like leftover congestion now. I felt like hot diddly garbage. So I'm gonna rock. Both Otani's that dude. Dude, like even as someone who's just recently getting back into baseball, to see if I had to lose against a player potentially putting up the greatest game ever played. Okay.
Fair enough.
I would have just liked them to win one game. That'd have been nice.
Yeah. A sweep's always bad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Super duper quick. Like, listen, yeah, you get those, except in the morning, those morning games. Look, the sun's shining down upon you like Bo Nix. Look at that, Brandon. Look at that. Yeah, Doug Martin passed away.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, 36 years. And I still don't know. So, because they was mentioned in the chat yesterday. And then it was the police were responding to something. I feel like I haven't gotten a straight answer as to what's going on. But dude, was he 36? Freaking horrible, man. So yeah,
they say he died in police custody.
So I don't know what the hell was going on. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, this is a weird story.
That's a weird one, but way too young, man. Way too young. So. Well, folks, I appreciate the hell out of you. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I was saying that some people were saying. I don't know, it was a robbery. I couldn't get confirmation on what was going on, so I have no idea.
Yeah, we'll wait till we get more info about it, but it looks odd.
Yeah, it does not look right.
Feel bad. Martin was a really fun player to watch, so.
Dude, muscle hamster.
Yeah.
It was like 2 seasons. It was wild. Appreciate you, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated. Did you go and click that too?
Yeah. I want to put that up too.
I was going to say, this is what we aim for every single time. So
very sensual. You're welcome.
It's always central here at GPS.
Your destination, sensuality.